fighters for truth, justice, and the American way.
When was the last time you guys watched the movie?
So I see clips of it a lot in that way, but I about 8 years ago, 8 years ago, I watched the movie in its entirety. And I was finally able to see it kind of purely as an audience member. And I really loved it. I thought it was just such a cool movie.
But you know, it's a big part of our lives. And then we did the sequels too. So it feels like Lost Boys is just always there, even more than most of my other films, other than Goonies. I feel like Goonies is kind of that way as well.
I was wondering that if Lost Boys was more so than your other movies.
I think Lost Boys and Goonies are like equal as far as like they keep returning to my life.
Did you have any idea when you were making it that it was going to have this kind of cultural impact that it has now?
I couldn't have guessed at the time because I just thought it was really cool. I do have to say that the people working on the movie more and more throughout production were more and more excited about it. And Joel used to say we're making film history, but he was kind of joking.
Do you get emotional watching it? Because I mean, we lost Corey, but also Ed and Bernard
and Joel.
Brooks.
And Joel and Dick Donner, they're all gone.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's very sad. But you know, at the same time, I think there's of course a nostalgia factor. And for me at the time, you know, I was jaded because like every movie I was doing was going to #1 at the box office. So I kind of just assumed you make a movie and it goes to #1. I didn't know anything else. So looking back on it though, you know, you realize how lucky you really were. And you know, you become really humbled by the idea that this is taking on new life, you know, it's breathing new life. We did the sequels, you know, and now still people get together and they celebrate the film. They dress up as us still.
A lot of Frog Brothers cosplay.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Cool.
And even Jason Patric's kids, ironically, are huge Frog Brothers fans apparently, and you know they came to one of these conventions, and he's like, "Hey man, would you take a picture with my kid and his best friend?" And they're both wearing Frog Brothers T-shirts and the headbands, and you know we're like, "Wow!"
Like they weren't dressed up as Michael, even though it's
That's
Jason
the thing,
Patric's
right?
kid.
It's like, you know, you should be like looking like
that.
Jim Morrison or something, you know. Or,